Okay, good morning everyone. So today we will discuss about who has the greatest influence to person characteristic. So before we start our discussion, I would like to introduce all of you. So first this is Nopal. Okay, Nopal, and this is Arvin, and last one is Adam Daniel. Okay, so we start our discussion. I would like to start with my point first. Okay, in my opinion, teachers has the greatest influence to person characteristic because of teachers educate the student when they child. So students always learn something new from the teachers. So this is purposely grow some belief in to the teachers. So anything what teachers say, they follow. They hear and follow. So and I think teachers, the students spend more time with teachers compared to the parents, because students actually they meet the teachers 5 days in a week, while the parents they meet 2 days in a week. What do you think, Arvind, about my point?
Right. I would like to disagree with your point because, as you said, children only meet children meet their teachers 5 days a week, whereas they meet their parents 2 days a week. Well, in this case, we are not talking about children who are living in boarding school. We are talking about children who goes to school in daily basis. So when they go back home, of course they will have some time to meet with their parents, because they spend actually more time meeting their parents, because in school we only spend literally about 6 hours, whereas the rest of the time we'll be at home. So in my point of view, I think parents have a greater influence in children because they get to spend more time at home, and also children are with their parents since they're very small. So children are like a plain canvas, a white canvas. So whatever the parents do, they tend to imitate or follow, and also build up their characteristic like their parent. So
I disagree with you. In my opinion, friends are the most greatest influence among the people, because friends are the most closest partner in our life. Such as when I come to UPM, Chupi is my partner. So whatever he do, whatever thing he apply in this UPM, so I will follow him and do it like it is a normal thing. So when Chupi does nothing such as smoking or vaping, it will influence me to do it like him.
I disagree with you because I think famous people or famous personalities give more influence to people character, because nowadays in this era there are internet, there are Instagram, and also YouTube. So many famous personalities in the Instagram, for example, like BTS, Mark Zuckerberg, and Justin Bieber, the singer, or the actor. So how they influence people characters, I will give you some examples. For example, although a man, they like K-pop music, and also they like to watch their idol, for example BTS. Maybe a man which has a heart can become a cute person because of they look their idol do some cute things, and such as so I think famous personalities give a big impact for a person character. So that's my point.
right, I'd like to disagree with Adam and also Nopal, because everything, in my point of view, everything starts from we are small. So let's say, like Nopal said, that we see our idol in social media, so on. So let me ask you, since small, do you have social media account? No. So let's say when we are a child, we are brought up by our parents to not follow other people's character or not be influenced easily by other people, or such as the K-pop or even the Western. That means when we grow up, we'll tend to stay away from all this kind of stuff. So when we grow older and older, we will not get easily influenced by K-pop, especially when you're adults. You know which is right, which is wrong, and we know that basically we are not a fan of K-pop or Western things. So we'll tend to ignore all the stuff and live how the way we live and how we were brought up since small by our parents. And such as, and also about Adam's point, he mentioned about friends. So since small we also had not much of friends, we had few, but we don't really, because everyone when we are small we are about the same. We have the same personality, characteristic, we are playful and so on. So all these bad characteristics we don't build up since we are small, like alcohol or drugs or even smoking. So if our parents have brought us up right, we'll know that all the bad stuff are bad. So we will not get influenced easily by our parents, and also we'll tend to stay away from our friends who are bad influence. And when we enter college, even though we're free, we know that our parents has taught us the right thing, so that we will choose our right group of friends and not go with our friends that has all these bad attitudes, and we stick to the friends who have a good attitude and also have a good behavior in that sense of it. So anyone else? I'd like to pass to Chupi.
I agree with Arvin's point, but I have something to say. For I think teachers have greater side because especially in boarding school, okay, students can't see their parents. They only can call the public phone only. So actually, when they are at boarding school, they often meet the teachers, especially when they are at the hostel. So, for instance, when the emergency cases happen, they meet the warden or the teachers. So the teachers will help him, not the parents or others. What do you think?
I disagree with you. In my opinion, I think the friend is the most greatest influence among people, because when our age at boarding school, we are teenagers, right? So we trust friends more than teacher. Yes, because we're not gonna tell teachers our secret. Obviously, we only tell our secret with our friend. So also parent, in my opinion, I also feel ashamed if I talk to my parent about my secret. I talk to my best friend. So when we trust our friend, so we trust he or she. So when we trust he or she, we are following her attitude also.
So I partially agree with Adam, but let's say like in my case, I and my family or my parents have a great bond. So I am brought up like whatever I do, I tend to share with my parents. This was carried until now, I would say. So whatever I do, even though it's wrong or right, I tend to tell my parents before anyone else, because I would like the problem to stick to my family and not spread out. Because sometimes friends, they can turn into enemies, right? Your best friend is your best enemy. So if we tell to our parents, then our parents might guide us and also correct us. That creates a better characteristic for the person or for me in my case. So that's all. I'd like to disagree, and I'd like to pass to Nopal.
I have something to say. Okay, I would like to ask to you guys, do you bring your friend even when you meet your family or you meet your friend? No. Do you bring your friend?
Yes.
Yes. You like? No. You bring your friend, right? No.
I see.
You like?
Alright, go on.
So even though we spend mostly our time with parents and also friends, and sometimes while we talking about friends, we look at our social media, right?
Yes.
So sometimes we look at maybe K-pop performance, or maybe the business, the facts about people that we like, our role model, and their daily life. So even though maybe sometimes if they live in college and maybe in boarding in the daily school, they go home, maybe they do not meet their parents, but they open their phone immediately after they go back from school, and they watch maybe they watch their role model vlog and anything else. So it give more impact to their character, even though they don't meet their role model, but they watch their maybe their life every day, almost every day, because they like it. So I think that's my opinion.
So we have reached to the end of our discussion. So I need Arvin to make a conclusion about our discussion today.
Alright, in conclusion, I'd like to stick to my point because everything depends on our bringing up of the family. So each of us have different family. Let's say if our family spend more time with us, that means we will have a closer bond with our family and tend to share everything. But for us, like other people, their family might be busy working or they might be living in boarding school and spend lesser time with their family. So the bringing up is different, and we tend to be influenced by our friends or social media, or in this case teachers, because in boarding school obviously you spend more time. So in conclusion, I still like to stay to my point because family is the main thing. We are with them since small until we bring up, and even after school or in our adulthood, we'll still be around with our families and not our teachers. Our friends might go and come, our social media idol might change, but still our family will be there. So that's all from me. Would you all like to add something else?
I think I agree with Arvin's conclusion.
I agree also.
So yeah.
I also agree with your point. Because maybe famous personalities give impact to us, but actually our parents also our role model. Even when we young until we adult, because they have teach us many things from our child until now. Even for me, even though maybe I like Justin Bieber, but also I don't like maybe like I don't like he to make a scandal and anything else. But the character, I will follow my dad and my mom, the role model.
Our parent is our main guideline in our life.
Yes,
Yes.
That's true.
So yeah.
So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.